Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Aesthetic Study. First of all, just claim your number one, ignore the background noise, that's just my robot vacuuming. Just claim your number two, yes, this is not my study desk. Just claim your number three, I was in the bed with my mom is still here. This is her hand. Oh wait, you can't see her hand. Wait. This is her hand. So yeah, just don't mind. Okay, because I procrastinated a lot. Today is the last day of my holidays after my exams, so I obviously deserve a break. So we had 1 week long break. So this is gonna be a 3-part series. The first part is gonna be about exams. The second part is gonna be about procrastination / motivation, and the third part is gonna be about your projects and reports. So today is part 1 about academics and like exams. Okay, so like the
Sorry.
it's okay. So this video is split into Mama. This video is split into 2 parts. The first part is tips and the second part is hacks. So let's get started with the first part, which is gonna be tips. So guys, tip number 1 is to rewrite notes. Now I know some of you must be staring at your screens like, what is she saying? Many people actually oppose this idea on YouTube. But I think that rewriting notes is helpful. At least don't write the whole thing if you are feeling a shortage of time. Like the first time I write my notes, like if I have time, like during these examinations recently I had time because we had like 2 days to prepare, so I easily wrote these whole pretty notes. But then during our other exams, which are basically UTs, where we just get a few hours to prepare, to be honest. So over there I just write it really unneatly and I write it briefly, but I do remember to just keep in mind the keywords and the other important words which can help me score my marks. And I think rewriting notes can just help you retain it, so that's another thing that can really help. This is a very important thing I think you guys should stick by. So the next thing is class notes. Many people actually avoid class notes, and like for class notes I don't literally, as if you're just not writing whatever the teacher is saying, I like to first listen to whatever she's saying, like maybe for a paragraph, and then if I'm running I would always tell her to stop so that I can catch up. I usually use sticky notes so that it's like easier for me to reference it. And when I'm writing my final study notes, I use 3 notes. One is the notes from my textbook / notebook. The other notes are referred from my textbook and from my class notes, and there's third type of notes which I'll talk in the hacks part. So for the class notes, just basically write the important things and don't write everything. Try to shorten it down. It's better if you make mind maps or like not even, it's not necessary to be neat or just jotting down stuff randomly. At least you note it down that you have it. You can later after class maybe sit down and clear it up. Next tip is which helped me score really good in my examinations which just happened. I scored great and I'm really happy with my marks. So this is like what I do is, suppose if today we studied biology, I first of all revise what has happened today, and then like first of all before even the year started this year, I finished the whole course using external sources, and I found some sort of these ebooks and all that from my books and all, and then I used that and then I just did everything. You can use some online learning apps for the purpose too. So afterward I just break it up, and then according to where I studied over there, I always revised something ahead so that it prepares me for class. And if I have any doubts, I can ask instead after she's taught the topic and then I'm asking. This also helps me stay one step ahead of the rest of the thing in my class which I've noticed that people actually quite neglect the reference book. I'm not sure about the people watching me, but then in my class people really avoid reference books, and then they just like I don't care about the reference books. So for that I really recommend when you have time beforehand, then only use your reference books and study. Guys, basically that's just that reference books, like before you start studying for the exams, like maybe I don't know, I do reference books like maybe 1 month or 2 months before the examination, when I at least have an idea of what the course is going to be for the examination. So I'm just zooming in my face because I have my dad standing over there. So yeah, and I revision from that book because reference books are really really important. It helps you to like know whatever it is in detail, and then maybe sometimes the reference books are way more simpler and easier to learn rather than from the original textbook you have, but the courses all obviously do rely on each other. After that, if you don't get reference book from your school, then you can obviously search for ebooks and all that. You can get a few free PDF ebooks online. All it's time for part 2 for this. It's for the hacks and how to basically get yourself to do what I just said. So another hack which the first hack which I'd like to mention is to study from the start. I know this sounds quite boring and like come on, but then you just give I think 30 minutes. Like after class, what I do is that I just sit over there, and then like we usually get PDFs and then the class notes given to us by the teachers. Some teachers give it after the chapter is over. So as I told you, I use sticky notes. I just read that and what we learned, and then I also have my notes on my laptop from the external sources. I can also sometimes, if I get time and if I feel like it, I read from that, but mostly I do remember what was there in that also. Another tip is for the lengthy subjects, and I've seen that many people don't like subjects such as literature or history because it's too lengthy for them, or that they feel that it's quite annoying, it's too lengthy, we have to remember too much. Then what I always do is, like, first of all, I enjoy history and literature a lot, but aside from that, just I don't know, I recommend reading it from a, like, suppose I'm free right now, so instead of reading a little bit of storybooks, which you can do later, just read a little bit of your course book, because history is like a really big story which we are still writing. And for literature, of course, there are stories and poems which you should read. I also do this, that whenever I sit to study for literature, I always have a pen, and then I'll just insert the picture of my literature textbook of how it looks. It's just got a bunch of words scribbled onto it. Basically, that's what my teacher explained for each paragraph, and what, according to that, what I feel, because a lot of reference to context and explanatory questions come especially from poems, which are way too hard to learn because it's a lot of philosophy. So that's what I think which can help you with lengthy subjects. So always try to break it up, what I said before. So basically what you can do is that, suppose if you have certain, or instead of just studying the whole if you don't have much time, this works for time saving, and so that you don't feel bored. Suppose just take like maybe 2 subjects you like. Suppose if I like history, but then I don't like, suppose, maths, and which is the truth, I hate. Okay, so yeah, and so like suppose if I study 2 chapters of maths and then I did a little bit of history, this can help me maintain my interest and be productive. So this can you just break it up so that at least you're learning what you hate, but then you're also getting the dose. And like that, if you don't want to do this because you're feeling scared that this might confuse you, then it's totally okay, because it happened with me once. But then it's just that if you can't do this, at least just make a goal for yourself. So after studying what you don't like, do something which gives you pleasure. Maybe just have a 5-minute stroll, maybe talk to someone you like, just for 5 minutes, not too lengthy. So that, just do something, reward yourself, so that brain is like, come on, let's just get over with this so that we'll get our reward and we can get something which we like. I mentioned in my tips 1 about rewriting notes that I had 3 types of notes. One of them being the class notes, second being the textbook / notebook notes. Then this is the third type of notes, like especially for papers like literature. You can obviously look up words before the paper and just write them down, so that it gives you a better thing at creative writing. After that, you can also suppose like use other external sources and learn. Maybe if you have the same topic in the next grade, you can learn that topic too to get more additional information. So guys, this is what I wanted just to say, and I'm just gonna do a small footnote that when I actually study for my examinations, I just basically it's just eat, sleep and study that day, and I basically just write down all the textbook notes in full depth. Like, I don't miss out a single thing, because CBSE students, I know, the papers get quite lengthy, and that I'm in 8th grade. There are a lot of detail based questions this time for our examinations we had to write down it in a sheet, and then we had to click the picture, and then we had to send it. After that, we also had to turn our cam on in class. No cheating. Otherwise, before the cams went on, and I did not cheat, okay? So relax on that. So that was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And many other videos like aesthetic minimalist, note taking techniques and all that. I'll just put some random video over here so that you guys can check out it. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Like if you like this content, comment down if you want to suggest anything else or just to express your views. So thank you so much for watching, guys. And yeah, so I guess I won't procrastinate again. Sorry, this was a very late upload. Bye.